It's not a drum, it's a print. $80 Canadian dollar. It's my own print. I own this print. I can feel it. It's organic. It's not a digital file that you lose in a hard drive somewhere for years and months to come. Today I just want to talk to you about something that's really close to my heart, to my craft, to my vision, and I've been practicing this for the past 15 years. And it's called printing. Printing my own work. Why I'm doing this? Because for me that's the reward. If I go out, I get up in the morning and I make a thing to go to a nice place and take nice photos, I need to print it. I need to feel this. This is why I went out there. In my mind, when I go somewhere, I prepare for this. I said, okay, I'm going to take these photos. How is it going to look on my wall? And just to show you an example, if you've been watching my channel, last week I was in Mont-Tremblant, Quebec, doing some skis with the family. And one of my videos, the last one, I talked about, you know, being out in the woods, snowshoeing. A beautiful hike. I wish you were here to see this. Well, I got this, the video, so you'll see part of it. Hope you can feel the smell, the moment. It's breathtaking. The sun's peaking now. It's unbelievable. This is what it's all about. Part of being out in the wilderness like this. This is why we do landscape photography. Let's move on. I printed this as soon as I got home. I had to. Why? Because it feels right. And I printed on a made paper. It's called Aurora Natural. It's from Red River. I'll put the link down below. I only use two types of paper, a glossy and a matte. My glossy is made from the same company, from Red River paper, and it's called Ultra Pro Satin. And what the glossy does for me, when I do a nice black and white with a lot of contrast, well, it brings out that contrast really well, really nice. And this one brings out the warmth out of an image. And if I have a saturated with a lot of colors, but then I'll use the Glossy Pro paper. But there was no need to print this on a glossy paper. I just wanted to bring out the nuance, the calmness about these photos. It was cold, but at the same time, it was enchanting. It's a beautiful place. And when you hold it in your hand, and you know, if you can listen to this, it's organic. It's not digital. Did you ever try to do this with a screen? No, it won't work. The difference is when you put an image on your social media, on your computer, on the phone, it will stay there for a bit, right? But then you'll forget about it. Sometimes I open my computer, I go on my Flickr account, and I look through my image. Oh yeah, I took this one. Oh yeah, I remember this one. You know what? That's why I print. I print the one I know it's worth printing. Even if they're not that great, I'll print it for myself. This, anybody can buy it. All you need to do is send me an email. I can ship this anywhere in the world. And I'm telling you, when you're going to hold this thing in your hand, and you're going to look at it, say, wow, what a nice feeling. What a nice feeling to have something tangible. Not just a file, but something tangible. We should all be doing our own print. And I know for some of us it's not easy. I mean, printing, it's an art on its own. Digital printing, it's not that easy. You got to learn your equipment. You got to learn your software, how you prepare a file. Download the ICC profile for each type of paper. I use Epson. Epson use a native resolution of 360. If I want to print bigger than that, then I got to double. So that's 720. My file has to be to 720 dpi to take full advantage of the Epson 360 native resolution. Canon, Hewlett-Packard, you guys are at 300 dpi. So let's say I want to print this and I want to print this on 13 by 19 inch. I know the resolution, the resolution of my print when I took the picture, the dimension is 6192 by 8256. So this is, it's a big file. I have a 50 GFX 50R. So how do I decide which resolution I'm going to print my file? First off, I use Epson printer. So how do I decide if this is enough or not for my size of the print, if this is big enough? Online, there's a little tool I use. It's called Online Pixel DPI Calculator or PPI Calculator. Same thing. So let's say I do this. Here I want an inch. So this print will be 13 inch by 19. And I want the resolution at 360 because I'm printing on an Epson. And I ask the calculation. The size for me, this is the minimum. I need these pixels here. So when I look at my file, so that's a 4680 by 6840. When I look at my file, I'm way above that, I'm fine. Let's say I want to instead just, you know, use this little piece here, like that, and print this at 13 by 19. So my crop now is 2261 by 3014. And according to what we saw, I don't have enough. Okay, I have a 22 by 61 pixel by 3114, and I want a 360 resolution. How big can I go? Well, I can only do a 6 by 8, and I don't want a 6 by 8. I want bigger than that. So if I go 240, how big can I go? 9 by 13, it's not big enough. So my file is not going to look good at 240. It's starting to degrade at 240. So if I go 150, calculate, then yeah, okay, maybe then at 200. I can go 11 by 15 at 200. And this is maybe acceptable for some people. Maybe it won't be for others. But this is a little tool here I use. It's very nice, very easy to use. Another thing I want to talk about is the color management. Here, this little tool here. So basically, when you download the ICC profile from your company, a paper company, it shows up here. So I'm using right now Red River Aurora Fine Art Natural on my Epson R3000 ICC profile. So I'll make sure I pick that. I don't want the printer to choose or to decide for me. I'm going to choose relative printing. Most of my print are done on here on this this little guy here. You know, it's set up on this. The reason being is that on relative, I'm telling the printer not to shift the color. If it's out of gamut, if it's in gamut, try to keep the color as accurate as I see it here on my screen. So let's say if it was a big sunset or a big sunrise, I would probably go with perceptual. Perceptual will basically try to match the gamut. But because I'm doing something that I know my printer can handle, the color is not out of gamut here, I'll be fine. I'll be okay with this. And then if I click on my printer, I want to make sure again I'm printing on the super photo, the highest DPI I can get out of this. The reason being, I want the best print. Everybody wants the best print. I'm not going to click high speed. High speed does for my Epson, every pass either going right or left, it's going to drop some ink, and the quality is not there. So I'll make sure of this, and I hit print. Print adjustment. I do that. I always pump the brightness, because often people say, how come my print is darker, the black are darker than what I see on my screen? Well, folks, this is a way of fixing it. You can play with this.
You know, 0 is the default, of course, and I usually go between, you know, 20 and 40 maximum. I don't go all the way, it's too bright. But yeah, so, and because there's a lot of bright stuff here, I would probably push this one to maybe 20, just to make sure I get the right brightness. Again, it's a test and error. You'll find out as you go.
And I want to talk about something else. Framing. Do we need to frame? I got this today. It's a handmade frame. It's made by a company called Gesso & Bowl. His name is Michael Renouf, here in Ottawa, in Ontario, Canada, not far from where I live. And Michael can ship anywhere in the world. I'll put this link down below so you can go and check out his website, what he does. And I'm telling you, this kid is just amazing. This is natural wood, solid wood. This is not a veneer, solid wood. And it's maple with a glass and the mate and my photo in the middle. I don't know if you guys remember, if you have been looking at my videos, this was a couple of months ago. I went out, it was minus 25. I took this photo with I wanted to test my GFX 50R in that cold weather with the 120 GF f4 lens, and I wanted to test the equipment, right? The video was so-so because battery were struggling just to stay alive, but I managed to get this nice print out of it, printed myself on my Epson, brought it to this guy, Michael, and look at the nice frame he's got me. So this is gonna go somewhere in my wall, nicely done, and Michael can ship anywhere in the world, folks. This is why we do photography. And I encourage every one of you to make it, to try it, give it a try. When I want something big, like if you look at this big canvas here, that was done by a company in Toronto. The other day I sent a print there, a nice big huge print. It came back, I didn't like it. The color was not there, I don't know what they've done, you know, it's not there. And I'm pretty good at reading the instruction, what resolution they need, what type of the profile, the color profile they want, and all of that, and still didn't make it. The result was not there. So, you know, print your own stuff and you'll be way more satisfied. And you can sell, you can make money out of your own, right? Hey folks, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so now. Hit that button down there and ring that little bell. In the next video, you're going to get a notification and you won't regret stuff we're going to learn together on this journey. Until next time, folks, keep shooting.